Hello, everyone. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to find the different parts of a circle. So if you were in class, this is going to be review. If you missed class, then this is going to go over kind of what we went over in class. The first thing to note is that what is a circle? Well, a circle is a round, two-dimensional, that means flat shape. It has a center, and the thing to know about a circle is in order for it to be a circle, every point on the edge of the circle has to be equidistant from the center. So let's take this purple circle here. We've got this point that is the center right in the middle. And we know it's a circle because it looks like it's about the same distance from the top to the center, from the side to the center, from the bottom to the center, from down here to the center. Pick any point around the outside of the circle, and it will be the same distance to the center. On the other hand, if we look at this red oval over here, it also is a center, but you can see it's a lot farther to get to the side on the left and the right, and it's much shorter to get to the top or the bottom. So this is not a circle because every point is a different distance away from the center. So that was the first thing we talked about. The second thing that we talked about, and the thing you're really going to need to know for this lesson, is the different parts of a circle. So there are 5 main parts of a circle we talked about. First, you have the center. We were already talking about that. The center is, of course, the center of the circle. It's the point right in the middle. It often will be labeled center, or it will be labeled with another letter, like A or B or X, any letter. Then you've got the radius. The radius is the distance from the outside of the circle to the center of the circle. How far is that? That changes in every circle. This circle on my screen, it looks like it's maybe 1 or 2 inches. Depending on how big your screen is. But it could be, if you're looking at a giant circle outside, it could be much bigger. It's just the distance from the edge to the center. Then we've got the diameter, which is similar to the radius, except it's double the radius because it goes from one edge through the center to the other side of the circle. So whereas the radius is just from an edge to the center, the diameter goes through the center to the other side. And it will always be twice the length of the radius. Those are the first 3 parts of a circle. And of course, you can always access the Unit 8 notes if you need a review of this. Then we've got 2 more parts. The circumference is like the perimeter of a circle. That's the distance around the outside of the circle. So this blue line all the way around, that is the circumference of this circle. And we'll talk more about how to figure that out in a future video. And then a chord is kind of a specific vocabulary word. A chord is a straight line segment from one point to the edge of a circle to another. So this is kind of like a diameter in that a diameter is from one point to another, but the diameter always goes through the center. A chord does not have to. This chord goes from this point on the edge of the circle to this other point on the edge of the circle. And you could have lots of different chords. For example, I could draw a new chord from this orange point to this orange point, and it will just be a straight line segment from one to another. That is another chord of this circle. All right, so now that you've seen this video, you're going to start on the homework. The homework corresponding to this video is to do this assignment in IXL. It's parts of a circle. And it's just asking you to identify the parts that you see. So this first one shows you from point I to point J, that is a chord. So you press submit, that's right, nice job. What is K to L? Well, we see it's kind of like a chord, but in this case, it goes through the center. So it's not a chord, we can check our notes. This is actually going to be a diameter. It goes all the way across the circle through the center. So I would say this is the diameter. You're going to keep going until you get a score of at least 80. You can see each time you get a question right, you go up a level. Eventually, you're going to get to some more difficult problems. These problems, don't let them confuse you. The challenge is they have different parts of the circle drawn in, and you have to read the question carefully. So this one says, what is IJ? So you have to look carefully and note, what is IJ? Well, here's I, here's J. So it's asking, what is this thing here that I'm highlighting in orange? It's not asking about KL. So you look at IJ, that is a chord. So you would press chord and submit. And again, lots of things. Look at specifically what it's asking. This is asking, what is it from G to E? Well, here's G, here's E. From the center to the edge, that's going to be the radius. And again, very similar questions. You just have to look at specifically what it's asking, D to E, all the way across the circle through the center. That's going to be a diameter. If it had asked us instead to go DG or FG, it would be a different answer, but it asked us about D to E. I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, of course, you can send me an email or ask me in class, and have a great day. Bye-bye.